exams: proficiency, advanced and first certificate. We do TOEIC, TOEFL and IELTS. We focus very, very strongly on the exams, particularly through the winter time. And I think we have a very good reputation for getting very good results there as well. In addition to general English, we also do business English. It's general business English, and we have 5 different levels of business English also. Our students do either 20 hours for the standard course or 26 hours for the intensive course. All the classes are mixed. Maximum class size is 14, average class size is 8 to 10. That does not vary through winter to summer, because we're not a small school in the winter and a really big one in the summer. We have more or less the same number of students through the year. So classroom averages and so forth would be the same. We have a maximum of 15% of any one language in the school at any time. So we don't say we have 12% Spanish and 10% Argentinians and 12% Mexicans and 10% Chileans, and you come out with 50% Spanish. So we go by the language, not by the nationality, and we have a maximum of 15% of any one language and no more than 3 of the same language in the same class. Which means, of course, that if you have, say, 1 Polish student with 9 Spanish people, nobody will be happy. They'll say, this is not a mixed class. The Polish student will say, Spanish people are lovely, but if I want to learn Spanish, I will go to Madrid or Andalusia or wherever. Okay, so we need to ensure that the classes are mixed in that way. And of course, all our teachers are university qualified. It's a little bit silly to say that. Imagine if you got on the Aer Lingus plane and they said, welcome on board, ladies and gentlemen, our pilot has a license. Why did they tell me that? But we also do, for the last 30 years, we've been the centre in Ireland for the CELTA, the Cambridge Certificate in Teaching English to Adults, the UCL certificate for teacher training. So we focus very, very heavily on training our teachers. And this gives us the benefit, of course, when we take on new teachers. We don't take them on through interview, but we take them on through the process of training them and seeing them in class. So that's a good way to hire our teachers. Through here, in this building, we've got 30 internet-connected, high-speed, always-on computers. I would love to tell you that the students use them for learning languages. They do not. Use them for emailing home to say, Mommy, Daddy, please send me more money. Use them to email their boyfriends or girlfriends and say, do you still love me? Who won the football or the basketball match, please? Or where can I find a cheap ticket to get home? That kind of thing. So we try our very best with them to get them to use them. We invest a lot in materials and so forth, but sometimes we have almost to pull our hair out to get. As you go through the building, you'll see lots of cabinets with books and materials in. That is because a few years ago we decided not to have a library, because only certain students would go there, the more academic. So we put the materials. In English, we say to bring the mountain to Muhammad. I'm sure you all have similar phrases. So we put the materials around the building so that they're always there. You'll see one of the computer rooms here has some listening areas in it as well. Because once we put the computers in, nobody wanted to use the language laboratory anymore. So we decided to mix them in where the computers are, so students can see them and say, oh, might be a good idea to use this. So that way we kind of encourage them more and more to use the listening in that way. Also, for those who bring their laptops, all of the building is wireless. This building and our student accommodation. We do host families. Obviously, I cannot tell you that our host families are any different to any other school in Dublin. We select them very carefully. They're very friendly, they're very welcoming, and of course this is one of the best things that your students get when they come here, is mixing with local people. And because, as you know, sometimes your students say, oh, in Ireland, do they have a funny accent? Well, I have the typical accent of Dublin, and I hope I'm not that difficult to understand. But also, as you know, Irish people, our pastime is talking. If there was an Olympic event for talking, we'd win the gold, the silver and the bronze every time. So your students are absolutely sure they'll have lots of opportunity to speak all the time. And that's, of course, one of the main benefits of staying with the host family. We carefully select the families and we visit them twice a year. We visit them once by appointment, so you can meet everybody in the family and say, lovely lady, not so sure about the gentleman. Okay? So you know you can see everybody in the family and see the family itself. What we're looking for, obviously, is somewhere safe, clean, sufficient number of bathrooms, and proper study facilities in the bedroom, and a welcoming family above all. Warmth, human warmth. But we then also go once a year without appointment. Just knock on the door and say, hi, we're here, we're in the area, can we pop in and have a look at the student bedroom and so forth. And of course we get lots of feedback from the students as well. But for those who don't want to stay in the host family, we also have student apartments. And the student apartments are 7 minutes away from here by Lewis. They're small, cosy, comfortable apartments where students have their own bathroom, their own bedroom, their own kitchen, each for an individual or for 2 people. So it's not a residence like with a dormitory, they have their own private space. I was there last Sunday walking around, and most of the apartments were empty, and I knocked on the door of one and there were 8 students all sitting around the table studying for their first certificate. And I thought, that's extraordinary. They knew I was coming, and I ran downstairs and took out their books. So, but they're 7 minutes away from here by Lewis, by the tram system. So if you'd like to take a walk around here, and then what I'll do is I'll take you downstairs and you can have a look at the cafeteria and that downstairs. And then in the afternoon they come and they book the computer area for half an hour or whatever themselves. There's always a teacher here to help them. This is included in their fee. And throughout the building you'll see little suggestions here like this, like useful websites for Irish jobs, useful general websites, useful websites for practicing their English. Behind you here is some information as to how they might apply for a job if they want to apply for a job, covering letters, CV, newspapers, websites, agencies and so forth. And on the other wall over there is lots of information about examinations. We believe that it's really important to give the students lots and lots and lots and lots of information about as many things as possible. And if you look there, as I was saying, throughout the building you'll find these cabinets with listening things, reading things and so forth. And they can come here always to speak to the teacher in the afternoon.